Welcome between these hallowed hedges. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, home to the Georgia Bulldogs. They've had a little chicken, they've had a little drink, and friends, it's time once again to let the big dogs eat. There are certain games along the way that define your season, and this certainly will be one of them, a top 5 showdown. As we'll see, the number 3 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 4th-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. Fielded in the end zone. It's Ingram. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Got a little room. He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
What a way to start a game. Coaches always talk about from the opening whistle being locked in and being loaded and being ready to go. Taking the opening kick back for a touchdown, man, it doesn't get better than that.
They're lining up for the kickoff, and let's see if this return team can answer with a score of its own. And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. First down for the offense. From the gun, running back gets to give. Hits that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16. Big picture, guys, this certainly isn't an all-or-nothing game. Long season ahead. But how much fun is it to have a top 5 clash like this one early?
It's so much fun, and you don't have to be a fan of just these 2 top 5 teams. If you're a fan of college football, you're honing in on this game because you're going to learn a lot here, David.
Yeah, and the fans are going to be like, overrated. This is why the preseason polls stink. We get a chance to prove ourselves with some of these teams that hasn't done a lot on the resume yet. Now, today is a resume builder.
Pinned just inside their own 20, they need to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking left. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way. Short fields make successful offenses just what they want here. From the gun, running back on the move. And the visitors have nothing doing as they are greeted rudely on the opening play of the game. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
You know, you start day 1 of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Looking to pass, it's Arnold. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. The snap sets up the throw. Into the house. Touchdown LSU. He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Here he comes with the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Tackled, but he has a first down.
Just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
From the gun, the ground game. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down.
Well, it's an electrifying run. You think about the tradition at the running back position for the Bulldogs. Herschel Walker and his Heisman Trophy. No Sean Marino. And how about this? Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, and Sony Michel all there at the same time. I bet this guy could have gotten to that rotation, though, because he's got those types of skills.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Third down, and they'll need to get the ball to the 38-yard line. Quarterback checking off. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They'll run the counter. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
That's a really nice run. One thing I love about him is he's got versatility. It reminds me of a guy I used to play against back in the day, Kevin Falk. He could catch the ball, he could run the ball, he could block, he returned kicks. He did everything for the LSU Tigers, and this guy, he's got that ability too. So many different tools in his...
All kinds of running room. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Small gain, I know. But, again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Starting to feel a little pressure. And to get rid of it quickly. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking for a man. It's Arnold. Makes his connection. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring fourth down right in the face.
What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. That's the mindset of this entire offense. They're not going to let you off the hook just because it's 4th and 1.
And that running back, he wanted the ball too. You could see there right after the third down play looking at his sideline saying, give me the ball. I want to go get this. I'm going to make a play for my team. And he comes through.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown LSU. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
And I would use this as a part of my offense, too. When I got a guy like this, I can do the design quarterback runs with, and he can make 10 yards look like it's nothing. I mean, just chews up dirt quickly and gets in the end zone.
He'll bring it out. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. They'll run it to the right. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter.
At the 17-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, LSU 21, Georgia 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Running back searching for a hole. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. Georgia comes quickly to the line. To the air on first down. Fires left. It's caught. Smashes ahead. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He's looking to throw. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Snags it down the right side. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. They're trying to get to it. Got it in the middle. It's Dobbs. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense is finally able to make the stop. Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason that they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic, throwing the football down the field.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Brings up second and goal.
Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And he's got it! Touchdown, Georgia! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Missouri just wrapped up 4 quarters worth of dominance on its way to victory. And that's really the standard there in Columbia. That's a tremendous fan base, and they'll enjoy this one all week. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference. Be great in your conference. Get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Scanning the field, it's Arnold. He's got it down the middle. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. LSU right back to the line. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front, and they won one right there. Getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. These guys scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Now a chance to really dig their way out of this hole.
Yeah, and it's complimentary football, right? Offense doing their job, scoring, defense getting the stop. Offense has got the ball right back. Palmer, go back to that last drive, revisit it, rehash some of the same plays.
Yeah, and if you're the quarterback here, think about where are my best matchups too. We're going to have to throw the football at some point here, so where do I want to take advantage of this defense and what areas of the field, and where are my best opportunities?
This offense has a 2nd down play. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He's looking for an open man on second down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Makes the grab, it's Jefferson. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Now on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
They want to just keep throwing it, trying to get to it. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Really nice third down sub-defense there at that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
Man, those 4th down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
He'll throw it. He looks that one in nicely. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. Back to throw, it's Arnold. Coming after him. He'll try to do it himself.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Dialing up a second down pass play. He's going to run it. Open space at the 25. And he has vexed his defense with the scrambles. Another first down and yet another big gain.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing him. Defensive linemen, those good old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
This defense needed something to go right. Man, they're down big already in the first half. Get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This could start some momentum going back the other direction.
Getting some heat. Working the middle, it's complete. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Touchdown, Tigers! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
This is a running back that can hurt you, not just getting handoffs, but they use him in the passing game as well. They called the screen at the absolute perfect time, and it ends up being a touchdown.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
He wants to throw here on second down. He lobs one high down the left side. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. And he's brought down in this deep. The ball back for its own. That's one of those throws. He tried to give it some touch, and as soon as it left his hand, you know he was thinking, no, 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 please bring it back, bring it back.
As a quarterback, Reese, you've got to throw the ball with conviction. Generally,
he hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Flying out to the left. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. On second down, just keeps firing. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He's going to fire into the gut of the defense. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
With the score, LSU 35, Georgia 7.
LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Wilson. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play there. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Wide out in motion. They're going to go to the air on third and short. With the catch, it's Jefferson. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. Third and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, third and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
He's looking to throw it. He fires a bullet to the right. It's complete. A huge pickup. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, if they're going to get back in this game, they need more plays like that. That was something that was missing in the first half. Explosive plays in the passing game, and they get one here, trailing early in the third quarter. Let's see if these receivers can make more plays like that as this game goes on.
Here they come to try it again on 2nd and 10 from the 29. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Reads it, fires complete. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first?
Now, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
He wants to throw it again. A shot toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Oh, he missed it. No good. And I guess they wanted to draw a little closer. Instead, they're still way, way behind.
35, Georgia.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Now on the option. Now the pitch. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Touchdown, Tigers! And the pummeling has started.
And the big play starts with the quarterback making the right decision, getting the defense to come to him, pitching the football, and Jesse, the running back, catches it and does the rest.
He does, and he also had good blocking downfield, too. Some of those receivers outside helping him out, but, man, with his speed when he's on the perimeter, the options executed that well, it is virtually impossible to stop.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now 1st down from the 39. Pressure coming. Snagged in the middle. It's Irvin. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you've got to put the ball out in front of your target. When you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a 1st down like they did right there.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. Throws to the tight end. That is just a sideline credit. Roll, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
When I have all that speed on the field, I got to find a favorable matchup. They're all across the board. Which guy do I know can win? Man-to-man coverage, you can see that guy could win on that play.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
And the Dogs come to the line with a new set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a man. Pocket starts to collapse. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Wide receiver coming across in motion. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Makes the grab. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
And the Bulldogs trying to cash it in on 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Quarterback sneak looking for just a sliver of daylight. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
Well, I think sometimes on 1st and goal like that, you're just trying to get up to the line of scrimmage early. You're trying to catch the defense off guard. So you go quarterback sneak, you climb the crease, you plow forward, and it worked. You score a touchdown.
42, Georgia, 14.
And he's going to try to return this one. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24.
Offense will take over 1st and 10.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Clock winds inside, a minute to play here in the 3rd. Out of the gun to give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent. Things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Looking for a block. It's Wilson. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the move, it's Jefferson. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Second down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, LSU 42, Georgia 14.
2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Scrambling away. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds his back in the middle. And he'll be brought down.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chains. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line.
Jackrabbit. Tuna.
They're going to throw it again. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He wants to pass it on second down. Fires to the wideout. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Bought a little time, lets it go. Wide open downfield. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late.
Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs. Ready to try the point after. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. That drive covered 55 yards for the score. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Yeah, and a great job by the receiving team. When you see the football kick, man, you got to be smart. How fast it's coming, if I'm ready to catch it, if it needs to go to the next wave. Nice job being organized, seeing it, and executing well.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for in a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring.
Got a lot of running room. Give him 96 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions. It is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on third down?
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Here he goes breaking the pocket. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And now the lead is even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. USF looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Bulls. Offense, defense, and special teams all doing its part. Impressive, to say the least. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Feeling some heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back in the 16. And nobody responsible for picking up the free safety because, David, frankly, I don't believe they thought he was coming.
No, and whose responsibility is that? The quarterback. If I see the free safety blitzing, I'm throwing the ball deep to somebody to make a play because he can't cover deep anymore, so put that...
Oh, look out! And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Quarterback will audible. Comes out throwing on first down. They're bringing heat. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Looking deep. Working that left side. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. He'll just keep slinging it. Finds his man. It's Dobbs. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
And that's just a great individual effort by the wide receiver. He catches this ball way short of the sticks, but because he's able to make the defender miss, now he's able to get the extra yards and turn that into an explosive play.
Now he's going to break the pocket. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He'll make his way in for the 2, and now they're down by 16. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team, true to its name, as they make the grab and get the ball. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. As they come to the line on second down, ordinarily you might go up top, but they need to keep this one on the ground, keep that clock winding. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. This is a big third down. If they can move the chains, they can just about salt this game away. The handoff, keep working on that clock. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. He's got it, and they convert. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. You need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Leaves it with the back. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. If they get this one to the finish line behind this powerful running game, landmark moment, guys, to win a top 10 showdown this early in the season.
Yeah, and just proving why I'm the higher-ranked team, right? Like proving my ranking, building my case throughout.